I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life.
Hey, what is up, you guys? It's your girl, Kayla Marie. So I know you guys are probably wondering why I am in the bathroom. The kids are in the next room sleeping, and I didn't want to wake them up. And because my setting is different, I'm not at home right now. I am in a hotel. I have to try not to move so much because this chair is extremely sweet. But I am not at home right now because my apartment's caught on fire.
He first realized the complex was on fire.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I think the day before Thanksgiving, my apartment complex caught on fire. I remember that day. I think I was in the midst of going to bed or something like that, and my oldest daughter was the only one that was woke, and she kept coming in the room and she kept telling me like, Mom, I hear smoke detectors going on. So I'm like, okay. So I look out the window. I see the what are they called? I see the fire department. I think that's what it's called. The fire department outside, and they were like at these apartments. So it's like a set of apartments, and they were at these one apartments. And I'm like, okay, something happened over there. My apartment is fine. They're not over here. So, you know what's crazy though? That day, something kept telling me to get all my kids' clothes together, get everything together, because I don't know why something kept telling me like it was going to be a fire that was going to happen. So, I just had this strange feeling. Something kept telling me like a fire is going to happen, a fire is going to happen, a fire is going to happen. So, I was like preparing, getting their clothes together and everything like that. So, I'm like, I'm about to go to sleep. So, I get in the bed, I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Something was just telling me like, get dressed. A fire is about to happen. Get the kids dressed. So I remember getting the kids dressed. I was looking for their shoes a little bit earlier than that because something told me that something was gonna happen. So I'm getting everything together, and then I get in bed that night. I lay down, and then my daughter comes in there. She's like, Mom, I'm scared. And I'm like, what are you scared about? She's like, I keep hearing this fire detector, and I'm like, okay, you can come in here and sit with me. So then a couple minutes later, I doze off into a sleep. The next thing you know, my daughter wakes me up. She's like, Mom, somebody's knocking on the door. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I get up out the bed, I jump up, and I go to the front door to see who it is. And I just hear, it's a fire, get out the apartment, it's a fire. So I'm like, huh? So like, mind you, I'm home by myself. I have 4 little kids. So I'm like trying not to panic. But then I started kind of like, oh my God, let me get these kids out of this apartment. Let me get dressed. Let me get them dressed. So I really didn't have time to get them dressed. So like my son, I'm like putting on his jacket and his pants while we like running out the door. I'm like, get your clothes on, get your jacket on, get your pants on. No shoes, no nothing. So as soon as I get out the apartment, I just seen that there was like white smoke. It was like smoke just everywhere. Just everywhere. So like I'm trying to lock my front door, but I couldn't because I'm holding a baby. Then I have my 3-year-old, and then I have my son, then I have my oldest daughter, and I'm like, let me get out to these apartments. Like, forget what's in the house. The stuff that's in the house can be replaced. My kids and me, we can't be replaced. So I'm like grabbing them, trying to grab all of them to get them out. But then, the smoke was so bad. Like, I've never been like in an actual fire before, so like I don't know what it's like to be in a fire up until then. The smoke was so bad, like it was starting to go down like my lungs, and like it started to burn like really bad, like extremely bad, and like I felt like I was about to pass out trying to get all the kids down, but I'm like, no, I gotta get these kids out of this apartment, get them out. So like I'm like screaming, trying to get all the kids and stuff out the apartment. So we finally make it out the apartment. We go into the leasing office. Everybody's standing there. I'm just in there, just like trying to get the smoke out of my lungs. And I was okay. I was fine. I was perfectly fine. Everybody was fine.